Welcome back to the 509 Unfiltered.
So we're headed out locally today to Pasco. There's a historical site in Pasco, which I haven't seen. Don't know anything about it yet. Mike is going with me. He's going to practice flying his drone so we can get different kind of aerial footage for you guys. So are you ready? Let's go.
Out here in the high desert, the stories are real, the people are tough, and the wind never quits. We're talking small businesses, local legends, and the kind of that drifts through town like a tumbleweed with a story to tell. Welcome to the 509 Unfiltered. Let's ride.
Well, we made it to the Neff School House out here in the middle of rural Pasco. There isn't much history on this place, which is strange in itself. So of course you gotta try. I'm just trying. I mean, I know the doors are locked, but I'm gonna try. Locked. Darn. But like, the doors are new. But this piece of metal right here, that is not new. And it is also very, very heavy. So I don't know what it is. See, I just don't know what that is. But it's very, very old and it's very heavy. But it's not mine, so I'm gonna leave it. And it's got windows, but I don't think I can see in. I'm actually gonna hold the camera up to the window and then look back on it later. Can you see it? Okay, there's one more door. I'm gonna try. Darn it. Okay, well now I see why they replaced the doors. Because these are definitely old doors. I can see something like blue, like ceramic-y, but I don't know. I'm gonna hold you up to the window again and see if you can see in from this side. Mike's flying his drone. So the Tri-Cities is made up of 3 cities: Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco. Although if you ask anybody from West Richland, they also count. So, Quad Cities maybe? This happens to be in Pasco, although I feel like we're out more in Findlay. I'm gonna get my camera, like my real camera, and take some pictures in case I do find some history on this place. It'll be interesting to document, but I really can't find anything. Why? Why? All right. So the Neff one-room schoolhouse is locked up tighter than a tick. And there just isn't that much history on it, which is interesting. So we took a bunch of photos, took some video, and now I'm just gonna have to just dig deep and see what I can find out about this place. Okay, after searching high and low on the internet of things, I did find a little something, but man, it was really rough, and it dated back to like 2011 and was archived. So basically all it says is that Franklin County recently did an historical tour, and it covered like 4 sites that are around the Snake River. Some of them are submerged under the water, including the lost towns of Page and Red. So what it did cover was the Bill Harder's family, who settled near Gonzalez in 1888, starting with horse trading and later moving into sheep, cattle, and wheat farming. Their land included the county's oldest cemetery. It also talked about the town of Page, which was founded by pioneer Dan Page, who once had a school, a Gonzalez, in 1888. And then we get to Walter Neff. Walter Neff shared family stories, including the naming of Poverty Flats, his family's land acquisitions, and the Neff School, which is where we just were, which appeared in the 1998 film The Basket. I've never heard of it. But other than that, there is not much history on the Neff School. So where does one go when you need more information? You go to ChatGPT, of course. And ChatGPT says the Neff School is a historic one-room schoolhouse located on the Neff family's farm along Pasco, Gonzalez Road in Franklin County. This modest wooden structure, originally serving as a schoolhouse, had been repurposed as a storage shed over the years, which we kind of saw in the pictures. In 1998, it gained recognition when it was featured in the independent film The Basket. Again, never heard of it. So, that's all we know about the Neff Schoolhouse now. So, Mike, how was your first drone recording experience?
A work in progress, we should say.
It did pretty good. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to, but it seemed like you kind of knew what we were doing, or not we. I say like I know what I'm doing, but
I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah. But tried to see in the windows. We'll have to get home and see if we can see the footage, if there's anything in there. It's definitely abandoned, but it's also definitely locked up by somebody. So I don't know. Okay, Mike, where are we right now?
We're somewhere out in the BFE, unincorporated Pasco, going to the Big Flat Habitat Management Unit.
It says H flat, what?
There's a flat part.
But on the way there, we came to the directional arrow where you turn. And it's probably because you're out in the middle of nowhere out here that you can get away with this kind of stuff. But people got guns out here.
Illuminating the path. Nature shows us that there is beauty in every form. Between this forests.
So I think that's an osprey nest with an osprey in it. Sounds like it has babies in there too. Is drone up. We're going to keep it a significant distance back from this bird up in the nest, but to see if we can see what kind of bird it is. So I just have to stop at this thing that looks like a big yellow mailbox. Like big. Is it a mailbox? Let's check it out. I don't think it's a mailbox, but it says Stone Ridge Estates. So I'd give this day trip to the Neff School House probably a C. There's no information. I like to learn things. But I will give it an A because I got to spend the day with Mike. So I guess it's a win. So that concludes this episode of the 509 Unfiltered. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like, subscribe, and share these videos. It would really mean a lot to me.
That's it for this one. Want more? Be sure to follow, subscribe, and send us the good stuff. We'll see you on the next ride.